What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of RGTP. We are back. It is your
Yeah,
boy Lewis here, and with me, as
your
always,
boy.
my man Mamba. Mamba, how we doing today?
I'm great, man. I'm doing great. The only thing I can complain about is the weather. Any indication it's about to be a hot ass summer, don't visit. Don't visit, bro.
I'm not planning to. Not planning to. My mother is actually coming up in about a week,
Oh shit.
so I don't gotta go anywhere. So yeah, we're gonna be
Nice,
kicking.
nice,
We're gonna be
nice.
kicking. But we are back to cover some NFL rumors. The combine's getting ready. We have releases already going down. Teams are moving cap space.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
some interesting names on the market already.
Oh, yes, sir. We're going to cover some of those. And then, of course, the second half of the NBA season, so to speak. All-Star break is over. Trade deadline is passed. Some of these teams have worked some chemistry. Some of them have left us, a little questionable. We're going to see.
Yeah.
But, of course, what teams we're looking to make the push towards the end, and some of the underrated teams that we're looking to maybe make a little push, play in games. Some of those games are going to start eking out, getting real tough. But Mamba, let's start in the NFL.
My
As
favorite
mentioned,
time of the year.
there is a lot going on. And let's start in the
Yes.
first place, the most important position on an NFL roster, the quarterback position. A lot going on. We have seen Marcus Mariota has been released from Atlanta, who has had connections to Deshaun Watson in the past, which puts him primarily in the Lamar Jackson sweepstake. Carson Wentz is out of the Commanders, looking
Yeah.
to bounce to his
26 million?
team in
Ain't no
4
way he's getting
years.
that. Yo.
Carson Wentz bouncing around. Tragic. Aaron Rodgers came back from his retreat. Time to see what's happening there. Going to be interesting to see what Green Bay does. There was reports that they would love to have him back. Then it changed to they don't want him back. What's going to happen? I don't know. That's going to be interesting. And of course,
I don't think anyone knows.
the Jets trying to put all their chips on the table, talking about Derek Carr comes here. He's a Hall of Famer.
I mean,
Crazy stuff going
he
on.
needs more playoff wins and more years, obviously, for
Oh,
that.
yeah.
But
Now the
Derek
Jets
Carr,
is
when all said
smoking.
and done, he
The
has
Jets is
potential.
smoking.
He has potential.
Mom, but where would you like to start?
I
So
say
much
Derek
going
Carr
on in the
because it
world. Derek
also
Carr.
he's also linked to the Saints. So let's just get it
Yeah.
out of the way.
Yeah.
Every quarterback that is mentioned here, I will say I want them on the same. Derek Carr is cool. Like I've been known to say I will take Derek Carr with the Saints. He is a quarterback who I believe could lead this team to the playoffs. Playoff wins? Maybe. Our defense is pretty good. We got some weapons, whenever they're available. But Derek Carr with the Jets, that feels like the fit. Unfortunate for Aaron Rodgers because that takes away a team that the Packers would be willing to trade him to, and a team that has the assets to trade for him. But Derek Carr with that New York Jets. You got Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore will be featured more. Tyler Conklin, their tight end. Their O-line isn't bad. They can use that 13th pick instead of trading it for Aaron Rodgers, using it to get another offensive lineman, get someone on your defense to make the defense even better. The Jets and Derek Carr seem like the best fit. They seem like the best fit.
Yeah, most likely he's going to stay out in the East, go to New York. Interesting division. There's a lot of movement in there with Buffalo. How legit is Buffalo? Miami sort of fell apart.
Buffalo
How
just
legit
lost their
will they
DC.
be? Yeah, there's definitely some question marks in that division. Of course, Patriots rebuilding, sort of in the middle there.
Right.
I don't know. Derek Carr over to the Jets.
Derek Carr with the Jets, it can get them at least second. I won't give them first, but they can get at least second place in that division.
Depends, because we thought Russell Wilson was gonna go in there and change life, and he didn't. He didn't
For sure.
So it definitely depends.
A little more stability with the Jets. They have a head coach who's been there this will be his third year, I believe.
Yes, I think so.
They just got Nathaniel Hackett, so maybe but he isn't their head coach. He's their offensive coordinator,
defensive-minded head coach though, and the Raiders have had one of the worst defenses in the league for a very long time. So,
Right.
getting Carr a little bit of a defense going. Nice young guys, Quinn Williams, Sauce Gardner in the backfield, CJ
Yeah.
Mosley. They got a couple players. They definitely got a couple players. So that
Quentin
would probably,
Williams? You say Quentin Williams?
yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah, that was first
Okay.
thing. Even before,
Okay.
yeah, that man a dog. He a dog. But yeah, no, I'm definitely interested to see where he's going to land. The Saints obviously would love to land him
We
right
have no
now. Rolling
money.
out is I believe it's Jameis. Trask is slated to be the starter in
Tampa. Well,
Tampa.
he's the only quarterback with
Yeah,
Tampa right
Desmond
now.
Ritter in Atlanta, and then I believe
They're trying to
I
get Sam
think it's
Darnold.
still Sam
Yeah,
Darnold
they're
is
trying to get him
still
signed again.
in Carolina. If not, it's PJ Walker. But
Yeah.
yeah, your division is dying to get some sort of a
Yeah.
best
Yeah.
quarterback might just
For the
win that division.
Panthers and Carr, if I didn't see that they were trying to get Darnold, it feels as though the Panthers are gonna keep Darnold, keep PJ, draft a quarterback.
Maybe.
I mean, they have Matt Corral too. Keep forgetting about him.
Yeah, but he
You
was he
know,
got injured.
yeah. So there's no telling like what will happen with him. Maybe a team tries to trade for him. You never know. Maybe
Yep.
he is their quarterback that they feel comfortable going forward with, but you truly never know. And Derek Carr, it doesn't seem like he fits with that team. What they're trying to go for,
I hear it. I hear it.
And then with the Saints, we have no money.
Yeah, true.
So.
True. You guys are still. Y'all been rolling over cap for like the last 2 years.
And I know we always create money by
Yeah.
freeing up, but I don't think we can free up $35 million.
Keep freeing up money.
We literally have to change $95 million pretty much in It's not happening. It's not happening.
I hear. Let's move on to the Marcus Mariota and Carson Wentz. Two guys. They started partial of season last season for their respective teams. Mariota flashes, he had his moments. A lot better than Wentz. Wentz ends up getting benched for Heineke. That eventually gets benched for
too. I don't
Howell.
think either one had more moments than the other one last year.
But yeah, what is next for these? Are we just designated back to backup role?
They have to go to backup roles.
Back to the backup.
Backups isn't bad. It's always
Right.
good to have like the 49ers just showed why it's good to have a plethora of quarterbacks. Mariota, if the rumors during the season he was mad that he got benched for Ritter and then he didn't want to be there. Like, that's not what you want out of a backup quarterback. You want the backup quarterback to be all in, even if they started out as a starter and then they get benched. You want them to be all in. Carson Wentz, it's like, can they accept the backup role? It's like with Russell Westbrook in NBA. Will he accept the 6-man role? Will they accept the backup role? Because no team is probably looking for them to start and make the playoffs. Right. They can be a backup and on a team that makes the playoffs, but they probably won't be the ones to lead them there.
Yeah.
Unless that team is just phenomenal.
49ers basically.
49ers, yeah.
They gotta go be the 49ers, or if
much,
Tampa can go back to the Tampa that Brady. I hear it. Yeah, no, I don't.
I heard one team for Carson Wentz. I forget who said it, but Miami backing up Tua. That wouldn't be bad, but both of them with their injury history. That's pretty tough with both of them.
They're gonna start 6 games apiece, and then Skylar Thompson's gonna start the last 3.
Pretty much.
No, bueno. Yeah, of course. Another guy looking to get paid. 2 guys actually looking to get paid. One at value and one who exceeded expectations. Daniel Jones. We talked about him throughout last week, just where we think, most likely getting franchise tagged, possibly trying to play for his $45 million. And then, of course, Jimmy Garoppolo is over there in the 49ers. He's looking to go somewhere. He understands his value and his play and his worth and his win percentage, yada, yada, yada. And he also kind of wants to get paid.
Right. Jimmy G is probably the most interesting one to me.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Is it because of the injuries?
No, it's maybe a little bit of the injury concern, but it's more, does he want to play for the Texans? The Texans need a quarterback, Do the Texans want to get him as a quarterback? Does he want to play for a rebuilding team? Does he want to play for a playoff team? Because he could go to the Panthers, to Tampa, to New Orleans, to Atlanta, if they wanted to get weird, you know.
Yeah.
But like, if he joins a team in the NFC South, pretty much,
Right.
he will boost that team to them potentially winning that division. But what does he want to play for?
Right.
Is really it. Like, Texans is rebuilding.
Yeah.
Panthers are kind of right there, like I said. The Saints are kind of right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tampa's kind of right. I'm trying to think
Yep.
of other teams that are kind of right there.
The
that can
Colts are
use a
another one, but they're like
yeah,
the Texans. They're most likely drafting a
they're
quarterback.
all in on drafting a young quarterback because they've had the experiments of all these old quarterbacks. So it's, does he want to go back to New England, be a backup to Mac? Maybe
Yeah,
Mac isn't improving or Zappy isn't showing anything. And it's
right.
like, oh, well, we're just throwing a familiar face, you know? It's really, what does he want to do? Does he want to start? Obviously, he probably wants to start. But it's kind of, he could go to New York Jets if they don't get Carr.
Yeah.
You know, he's been with Saleh before.
Yep.
I'll pack it. They had another dude from the Niners that coached with him, but a familiarity for Jimmy G is what he's probably looking for.
Yeah. Thoughts on Daniel Jones? Are we just franchising and waiting one more year?
Yeah.
I hear it. I hear it. As if you want a playoff game, beats Minnesota on the road. Like,
yeah, $35 million. That's just 45. My fault.
Right.
Carr wants the 35. If Jones had said, "Yeah, I'll take the 35," maybe you do a 1-1. Like, we'll give you your 35, and then the next year is a team option, or we have something where it's like we don't owe you as much as this year, just in case, you know, incentives. But man, $45 million for Daniel Jones for at least 5 years.
Yep.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Franchise tag you, and then probably franchise tag you again, and then our relationship is fractured.
Yeah, it's just gonna keep going up and up. You know, we're all waiting for the Lamar, Herbert, Burrow contract, and then of course we'll have Trevor Lawrence creeping up after that. Like, there's just a lot. It's gonna be a lot going on. Who comes out of the 49ers, I should say? Like, who is it going to be? Purdy? Is it going to be Trey Lance? Do one of them ascend? Justin Fields take us? Like, there's just so many other young quarterbacks throughout the league that it's going to be like, yeah, your 45s might look like a steal 3 years from now,
right?
But then again, it might be a terrible. You know what I mean? It's going to be tough. And then of course, the final quarterback.
You could sign him for $50 million, and then it goes down surprisingly.
Exactly.
Or,
like Mahomes, $50 million, and it's like, you know what? We might have
for the $50 million. And next thing you know, it's $75 million. And it's like, oh shit.
We're talking Dak money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot that goes on into it. We've seen literally Dallas in their division, prime example, stalled out on paying off and then literally had to overpay for that one. Yeah. It's going to be tough. And then, of course, the saga that is Aaron Rodgers. How interested are we in this? We just don't care anymore. I mean, one of the greats.
It's got to be
one
Vegas,
of the greats.
Bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear. That is another team in the mud.
It's the quarterbacks that will be there for the Raiders at 7, they're not winning. And everyone believes that McDaniels is on a short leash.
Right.
You got to try and make that big splash. You know, you got Devontae. I don't know if they'll ask for any players from the Raiders, but having the 7th overall pick for Aaron Rodgers, that's pretty enticing. When I forget what game it was last year when Aaron Rodgers went down with the injury and Jordan Love came in and he looked fantastic. He threw a touchdown and it looked like he was full ready to go. I think it is time to move on to Jordan Love.
Okay.
Whether they're terrible after it and Aaron Rodgers goes off to win a Super Bowl, shit happens.
Yeah,
it happens. Peyton Manning went to Denver and won a Super Bowl, you know? It's just time to move on.
Yeah.
Both seem like it's probably time. Both seem ready. Why not pair him back up with Devontae? 7th overall pick.
Yeah.
You can get a nice defensive player because they love getting their defensive players in the first round. And then you stay at 15 and get a playmaker for Jordan Love. Like, we finally drafted one.
Well, yeah, definitely. Most like it's not a bad route. I really don't know the saga that is Aaron Rodgers is. You know what I mean? He's gonna retire, not gonna retire. Vegas would make sense. You know, they have the weapons. I don't think he's gonna either. Vegas makes sense to have a weapon. They have a terrible defense, And if
Yeah.
they trade away any players and trade away any picks, it means they're not going to be able to recoup anything.
Would two firsts get it done? If
The
they got
seventh,
offered
number seven,
seven
and
in
next year,
next year, yep.
maybe. I mean, maybe depends how they value Aaron Rodgers. It really
Right.
depends how much his value, how much kind of like Kyrie, the Kyrie saga. We'll get to Kyrie and the Mavs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A player that should have been traded for another great player, and it kind of
Yep.
turned into some pieces here and there. Dinwiddie
Right.
and
A first and
and
Dorian.
Dorian Finney. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like two role players for Kyrie. We kind of saw that with Kawhi a few years ago. DeRozan, and Jakob
Yeah.
Poeltl's like it doesn't add up. But when they come with the baggage and all the extra business, it's kind of tough to deal with. It definitely is
Yeah.
tough to deal with. And then on the other flip side of the quarterbacks, we have a couple other players that have been released. Players we talked about. A man known as Bobby Wagner has officially been released from the Rams.
Ridiculous.
Very interesting. Robert Woods, another guy that we had talked about, and Leonard Fournette, three key veterans that are going to sign somewhere and make an immediate impact, probably for championship teams.
Potentially, yes. Yeah. Leonard, I want to see him in Miami. I think he will fit in perfect with what they want to do.
Right.
He will be the power back that they want, and then they can have whoever, because they do a great job with running backs. Bobby, I saw reports that he might go back to Seattle. Seattle might want to bring him back.
Okay.
But the Eagles want to be bad. There's a couple people.
The Eagles make a lot of sense.
There are a couple people from that Rams team that I would like to see with the Eagles because it makes sense. Bobby and Jalen Ramsey's name.
Jalen's coming up next. We're going to talk to Jay. Yes, sir.
Bobby can go to any team and immediately make a difference. It does not matter who picks him up, even if they already have linebackers. Bobby Wagner is going to come in and make a difference for your team. Yeah. What if he went to Kansas City?
Maybe. I think he's, you know what I mean? He's going to have his money. He's played for all his money. He got the recognition. I think now at this point, it's going to be for playing for a ring.
People know he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I think now it's playing for the ring. I would think of Philly. Their weakest part of the defense was their linebacker core. Are they going to have, money? There's talks about CJ wants to be signed to a pretty hefty deal. So they got to figure out some money on that side of the ball. Kansas City makes sense. Pittsburgh always has a bunch of hard hitters. Yeah, I think it'll definitely be a champion caliber thing. And I'm not ruling out him just staying in California and potentially just joining the Chargers.
That'd be nice.
Think about that one. On Robert Woods, I think Robert Woods in his skill set, I think he definitely gets a call from Baltimore to give Lamar another veteran pass catcher. We know he doesn't mind blocking. Blocked a lot in for the Rams. I think he'd be a nice fit there. Kansas City just has a lot of mismatch pieces everywhere. I don't really know where he'd get his targets around there. I would like to see him with Baltimore, though. I feel like him paired up with Lamar in the running scheme, he blocks. Andrews, they kind of open things up. If Bateman can just fucking stay healthy, they might have a little something. And getting him the veteran wide receiver, they tried Des Bryant, they tried Sammy Watkins. Like, it's not really working. And I think Robert Woods might work. I think he might work.
I'd like to see him with your Patriots.
Fair enough.
Give Mac a weapon. It's not an insane weapon, but it is a piece.
Well, now when Jacoby Myers might want Christian Kirk $17 million of deal money. Yeah, trust me. I
think I just felt when I saw he was going to be a free, I felt no matter what, he was probably leaving New England. Yeah. New England wasn't going to resign him for whatever he was given.
And then on our man Lenny, how about
Miami? It's got to be Miami.
How about we keep the Tigers rolling?
And send it to the Bengals?
He goes up to Cincinnati, where Joe Mixon is being talked about as a cap casualty. He might.
I think it's like $13 or $16 million for him.
He goes up there cheap on a little bit of a prove-it deal. He works,
They might as well just change their colors, purple and yellow, man.
Yeah, hey, they have a bunch of LSU ties. Hey, that is what I'm talking about. And of course, the big fish, as previously mentioned, Jalen Ramsey being out on the market. Apparently, the Rams torn apart last season. Stafford went down. Ramsey ended up going down for a bit. Cooper Kupp went
Donald
down.
went
Aaron
down.
Donald went down.
Yeah.
We know
I
they
think
released
Floyd
Bobby
went down.
Wagner.
Yeah.
But there's a lot shifting in the Rams, and it looks like the whole fuck them picks things from a few years ago looks like it's coming back to bite them in the ass, and now they
But
want to
they
get
got
some
a
picks
Super
back.
Bowl out of it. But they
Yes, they
got
did.
a Super Bowl out of it.
But they
So it
want to
was
get
worth
some
it.
picks back out of
Yeah.
it. Jalen Ramsey, arguably the best corner in the NFL for the last 5
odd
years.
years.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? We'll say about the last 5 or 6 years. Number one corner, shut down, Super Bowl champion.
Yeah. I said the Eagles because it makes a lot of sense for the Eagles to get another cornerback. They're about to lose Bradbury.
Right.
My favorite destination for Ramsey, though, I don't know if you want to give up a first for him. I know he's great. You're going to owe him money. He wants a new contract. But if you are willing to trade a first, trade the 18th pick. Send him to Detroit.
Wow.
Pair him with Okuda. They
Okay.
then, they don't have to worry about getting that second corner and developing him. They get a guy who is already established. They keep the 6th pick. They get their defensive lineman if they want, or another corner if they really want to go that crazy. Devon Witherspoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Okay.
But I like him with the Lions, man.
Okay. I got him with another beast of the jungle. Send him back down to Duval.
Oh my god.
Send him back down to Jacksonville.
I mean, maybe. I don't want to trade that first for him though.
Rebuild. Nips, how are you? Thank you
How
for
you doing,
tuning
Nips?
in. We are good. We are back.
Yeah.
Had to go through some family changes. We are here though. But yes, Jalen Ramsey sending back to Duval. Yes, sir. Yes.
A name that I've seen a bunch of people on YouTube send to the Jaguars is Byron Murphy.
Okay.
So I think I would rather him
Byron
over
Murphy
Ramsey
bunting?
because we've seen it.
Yeah.
Did you say bunting?
Yeah.
No, that's Tampa
is
Bay's corner. Byron Murphy is the safety from the Cardinals.
Cardinals, yeah.
Where's number 7, I believe?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. I like him a little bit more, but Jalen Ramsey coming back to Duval, and people will get back on board with that. People will get on board. It'll be a little toxic in the beginning. It will.
Hell yeah.
But Jalen Ramsey would be very nice with the Jags again.
It's gonna it's not gonna be a championship team. A lot of these teams don't have money. It's gonna be a team that is an attempt of ascending. And I would have said the Chargers, but it looks like JC Jackson isn't panning out. They put a lot of investment into JC and it's not working out. So yeah, something like that.
I like how
he's here.
Yeah. I mean, with Jesse Bates leaving, y'all definitely could get him.
Free up some space.
What are you willing to trade for him? And how much per year are you willing to give him? Because he's probably going to ask for at least $21 million a year.
You're going to want to get paid. The secondary market is increasing. Wide receivers are getting better.
I think the highest corner is like 20 mil right now.
Yeah, the premium of the crop in the defensive backfield is going to, you know what I mean? You got to guard guys like Jamar. You got to guard Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown.
He goes to the Bengals. He ain't got to worry about guarding Jamar or T.
You know what I mean? Like there's just so much going on.
I like how we both sent him to the teams that we expected would be better than what they were, the Lions and the Jags.
I'm telling you, if any team is going to make a play for him, it's going to be a team that's ascending. That's going to be like, all right, this first, we can give it up because Detroit makes a lot of sense at 18. Yeah. You move to 18. I think it's a reasonable pick. You've already done deal with Detroit before, obviously. And yeah, you just get Okuda on the other side of Jalen Ramsey.
1 for 1. No extra picks in that either. If I'm giving up a first-round pick for Jalen Ramsey, they're taking the first-round pick. If they want more, we're swapping some picks. Know that.
Yeah. I hear it. Of course, all the NFL madness we're going to continue to cover. Combine.
We ain't even talk about Lamar, really. Yeah. Who's he going to be with?
So much going on. You know what I mean? Once things set in stone, the closer we get to the draft, the more we get to tell. Yeah, you know what I mean? We get some more of the information on who's playing.
Yeah.
outside. Going crazy.
You better get your ass beat, bro.
No.
You better get your ass
Going to
out here
continue to
right now.
follow all things NFL Combine Pro Day. We didn't even talk about the young quarterbacks, where they might land. All these players moving around.
Indy, Texans, Panthers, Vegas,
So much, so many, so
New
many.
Orleans.
New
Yay!
Orleans, you know it, you know it. Enough with the
I'm cool with Devin
NFL.
Booker.
Transition to the association. NBA second half
Yes.
of the season is upon us. We obviously saw Mac McClung save the dunk contest in regards to many people.
Yep.
LeBron loses his All-Star game streak.
And his
JT
foot.
with a 50 ball.
Yeah, I
Beautiful.
know Trey was sick. That man bet under on his points for that game.
Beautiful.
Oh, I know he was fucking sick.
And of course, trade deadline, all the shenanigans. We're getting ready for the last 20 or so game push. Teams pushing for the play-in, team pushing for home court, teams hoping to get out of the play-in and just into the top 6.
Yeah.
But Mamba, tonight, tipping off in about 30 or so minutes, the debut of Kevin Durant for the Phoenix Suns later tonight.
21. That's all I asked for you.
New look team obviously made their changes. There were a team that was ascending in the bubble, made a play, brought in guys like Jay Crowder and CP3. Get a guy like Cam Johnson in the draft, bring in and develop a guy like Bridges. Ayton was a stud. We see Devin Booker takes leaps and bounds as an all-star. Couldn't quite make it. Retooling and taking one more shot at the Phoenix Suns window. Might be slowly closing on them. Who knows? Durant is locked in for a couple of years, but we thought everything was going to be peach and sound in Brooklyn, and it didn't. And we know there's already been some tensions between Monty and Ayton. There's a lot going on. Jay Crowder left with not so fond memories of Phoenix, so not everything is beautiful down in the desert. But new look Phoenix Suns, Kevin Durant debuts. What are we looking for?
Ball movement. Devin Booker has been handling the ball a lot more. Chris Paul is the point guard. You mentioned the window being. I think the only window that's really closing is Chris Paul's window. It's getting tougher. Him playing a lot of minutes. There are times where he's just not able to do what he used to be able to do. He's slower. He's older. It happens. Maybe it's time Chris Paul embraces that six-man role as well.
Comes off the bench.
There's not really anybody that can take Chris Paul's spot right now for the Suns, so he will continue to be in.
Well, they got a lot of pieces on the bench.
That hurts saying, man. That hurts. But the scoring that the Suns should have with Kevin Durant being one of the greatest shooters, we've seen this man just dominate at every level on offense. DeAndre Ayton has a nice midi, little post game to him, get in the paint a little bit, and then Devin Booker's a torch. Yeah, the man's gonna shoot the lights out, and having KD, that will give Devin Booker a bit more of a safety blanket.
Yeah,
because if you pass the ball to Kevin Durant, he's most likely gonna score the ball. That's who Kevin Durant is. Yep. Having someone of KD's caliber, it makes everybody more confident knowing that they have somebody like that to kick to just in case. And then when Kevin Durant is holding the ball, he has Devin Booker to pass to. He can run a pick and roll with DeAndre Ayton, pick and pop a little bit with him, They did trade Mikal and Cam and Jay, who wasn't playing, and Mikal and Cam were nice for them.
Yep.
But KD is just another level for them. Yes.
Yeah. No, I agree.
It should be good. It should be good.
We'll have to see. Like I said, previously links up with Harden and Kyrie.
A little more defense.
Then get Ben Simmons.
A little bit more depth with the Suns too than what the Nets had.
Brought in Terrence Ross. Have guys like Damian Lee already on the roster.
A little bit better.
More stability at coaching. Steve Nash wasn't seemed that wasn't welcome with
Yeah, I mean, the
open
first thing they
arms. It
said
was
about
kind of
Steve
weird.
Nash was, "Yeah, we don't need a coach.
Yeah,
We're good."
yeah. Some
Okay.
interesting dynamics early on in Brooklyn, and at least in Phoenix, they're sort of established,
Yeah.
so to speak. The Suns the best team in the conference now. Oh, nice, really.
I don't
Uh,
know. I don't know. I really don't know.
if the
The
Suns are
Yep.
healthy, they probably are. I like I mentioned, Ross, Damian Lee coming off the bench. They have a lot of players that just buy in, a lot of good rotation players. Uh, just kind of plug and play and go. It's really just going to come down to health. If KD can stay
Yeah.
healthy, they're going to be a tough out. CP3 can run the offense smoothly. They're going to be a problem. It's really going to come down to health. They might be, but you can't discount the fact that Jokic and company up in Denver are maybe just
Yeah,
as deep.
yeah.
They have
They're
multiple different pieces.
the
They don't need.
Nuggets, dude. I was
Yeah,
so wrong about them. Oh, not so wrong because it's still let's get to the playoffs and see, right? But like the way Jokic just has the team flowing and the
yeah,
defense that the Nuggets have, Jamal ain't playing defense, but they
no,
know that, so they went and got KCP and they went and
yeah,
got Bruce Brown,
yep,
and they have Michael Porter Jr. Yeah, he ain't the best defender, but he's a bigger body to guard someone. Aaron Gordon has stepped up. The
yep.
Nuggets as a team, they're just so cohesive that yeah, if the Suns are healthy, they're pushing. I don't know if I can doubt Jokic anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, it's something.
Playoffs will be the
Right
definitive.
now, what's happening is the narrative of Jokic stat padding and all of this
Yeah,
business.
such bullshit.
People are forgetting
How
he
is this
led.
man getting 14, 10, and 10 stat padding? How is
People got
this
to
happening?
remember, Jokic and Jamal Murray led 2-3-1 comebacks.
Yep,
Don't give a shit if you guys want to say it was in the bubble or not. Whatever.
yep.
They came back 3-1 down
And their
two
team is
series in a row.
better since then.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like they're gonna be proven to play. They're not backing down from anybody. The
Yeah.
Suns, if they're healthy though, I don't know
They
who
not backing
on.
down from it.
Yeah, I don't know who
It
on
is
Denver can
going to
guard them.
be a dog fight.
Yeah,
Every game is going to be a dog. I know every game usually is a fight in the playoffs, but like this year, it just seems like it's going to be even more
yeah,
because how close the teams are with their
yep,
records.
yeah. No, it's definitely close. Teams made moves. Continuing talking about West contenders, Luka Doncic got himself a new running mate. Kyrie Irving. Though the team is 2-4 since Kyrie's been there, 1-4
I mean,
since with Luca healthy,
they're kind of ain't
and
shit.
together. So
Yeah,
it's kind of still slow
yeah,
burn. We've seen them sort of take their time together, on and off the court. They're trying, obviously, with Kyrie and how he is and how he's built. Um, Off the court and personally, it's going to be interesting to see how they mesh. So far, it doesn't look great. uh Tim Hardaway, Christian Woods. It's kind of just finding how the rest of these guys all fit
yeah,
with the sort of new look. Despite the losses, they have been happy with the way Luka's shooting off the ball. He's able to be off the ball more. So they are at least happy with that. Just the results there aren't quite giving them wins yet.
yeah. You also don't want to see either of these in a playoff game because
No,
Luka literally can take over a playoff game by himself. We've
playoff
seen
series.
this. Yeah. It's a very early career for Luka, but we've seen what he can do by himself in the playoffs. Now you have to worry about Luka and Kyrie.
Yep.
It is scary, and they do have to make the playoffs for them to, be in the playoffs. But those two offensive juggernauts, that's terrifying. Their
Yeah.
depth is weak. It is very weak,
Yeah.
and they need
That's
to
where
find
it comes down to the
something.
other guys.
But
Josh
shit,
Green ain't stopping Paul George and Kawhi and
Austin
anybody
Reeves
like
was
that.
messing with that man the other day. They were
Uh,
bickering back and
Dwight
forth.
Powell and Maxi Kleber are not taking on Jokic or
Kleba is he
Ayton.
playing? Is Kleba back?
Uh, I believe he is supposed to be scheduled to come back these coming
Yeah.
days. I know I
When
saw a
he
recent
gets
report.
back, I respect their defense a little bit more. They like to have the two bigs so they can kind of have the length to cover the floor,
Yeah,
and it
it's
worked.
still not
But
enough.
yeah,
Still,
it's
not.
not.
You
It's
know,
not.
Christian Woods, another guy, not a great
He
defender.
is
Like they
playing.
just don't. Yeah, no, I know I saw something about
Okay.
him. He was getting ready to come back in like the next
Yeah.
couple days. Um, But yeah, they're trying to get healthy, but like you said, the depth. They don't have the depth and the
Yeah,
defense to cover and stop Phoenix. So I don't know who's guarding Durant or
not
Booker or
Bullock.
Aiton on
If
that.
Reggie
Like there's
Bullock's
just
not guarding him,
yeah, you know what I
Josh
mean?
Green's probably getting
Yeah,
dropped
Tim
off.
Hardaway, like there's
Justin Holiday's getting dropped off. Tim Hardaway's getting dropped off.
it's literally gonna have to come down to absolute scoring, just
Yeah.
outpacing offensively, and hope you guys can hit more shots. Because of course, with Kyrie and Luca, probably by the second or third game of the series, they're not going to be dropping 40, but that means someone else is going to be sprinkling in a nice 25, 30 piece because they're obviously going
Right.
to be getting the attention. That's why guys like Hardaway and Bullock are there to
That will
knock
be.
down those shots. But again, when it's matched up on a team with the depth of the Nuggets or the Suns, it's not quite the same. The Grizzlies' depth is not bad either.
It's
They're
not
they got to figure some things out. They got to figure some things out.
mentally. They got to
The
figure out
Grizzlies
their
got to
mentally.
figure some things out. They have Ja, and then sort of everyone else takes turns pretending to be a star. It's just the way I feel at this point. It's either Jaren Jackson or it's Bane or it's
Who we
Brooks.
figured out today, Jaren
And
Jackson doesn't get that many games with 10 rebounds.
you know what I mean? It's like it's Ja, and then it's kind of like one person kind of comes to it. Hasn't been a quite consistent thing, for a while it was Dylan Brooks, then it was Triple J, then Baines came, and now this season it's kind of just it's just been Ja.
Yeah.
It's kind of just been Ja and company. So
They was
it's
really
just not the
hoping to
same.
get OG.
Maybe I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe, but
I don't know.
the
Grizzlies are weird.
Mavs. The Mavs are definitely a weird team to try to figure out. And the Grizzlies, yes, another weird team. Everyone loves the meme of Josh saying he was all right in the West. Then ended up being one of the worst teams in the league after that. Now they're still trying to figure it out. I'm not in love with
just
them.
dropped 28 in the third.
The West is going to be tough. Of course, we have to see your Clippers bringing in Russell Westbrook.
They're 0-3, bro.
Bringing in Russell Westbrook, bringing healthy, trying to figure out your entire roster. Brought in Eric Gordon, Plumlee. You guys are obviously trying to figure some things out in the West. The Lakers and lose LeBron for 2 weeks. Their retooled team.
Real quick, if the playoffs started, it'd be Grizzlies Mavericks in the first round. If the standings stayed the same, that'd be a pretty fun matchup. Oh, he's thinking. Grizzlies Mavericks.
I might.
Luka's dogging them, bro.
Yeah, I think I would probably. They just way too much firepower. Way too much firepower.
Yeah, that's a good matchup though.
Yeah, those are teams to look out for in the West. Foxy and the Kings. They say we don't give a fuck about who's on that side, who's on this side. They have some things to prove.
I'm so proud of them.
Utah is still floating around in play-in scenario. Pelicans are still trying to float around in playoff scenario.
They need Zion so bad.
Desperately.
They need Zion so bad.
Damian Lillard just dropped 71, trying to will Portland. Like, it's just a lot in the West. You don't want to catch any of these teams, truthfully, without the depth. If you don't have it, the Clippers would probably roll all over the Mavs. If they get in there, the depth and the length.
No.
I know.
Okay,
I know.
You say we'll roll all over the Mavs, bro. Our history with the Mavs in the playoffs, we win.
They're worse,
but it ain't good.
They're worse than what they were. They're worse right now than what they were when they played you guys. But the West is, shaping up to be an absolute dogfight. And then, of course, on the flip side, 76ers on the come up. The Bucks have had multiple injuries, and doesn't matter. They pushing the Celtics for the top number 1 seed. Right. Celtics are on track, trying to figure out what teams like Miami, the Chicago Bulls, the Atlanta Hawks, the Raptors. Like, we're just trying to. Yeah, you know what I mean? These teams are down to the home stretch of figuring out, are we going to be playing and playoff contending teams, and are we going to start making a push? Or are we looking at the offseason and looking at probably stripping down and retooling a little bit? I see you thinking over there. You looking at?
I'm looking at the Bulls' defensive rating. Yeah, they're 6. I knew their defense was like really good, but like you don't expect that from that team. Like you don't expect that defense at all. It's their offense that they got to figure out, and they're probably the most disappointing team for me this year. Like,
I hear
probably not the most, but just looking at all the teams, I wanted so much more for the Bulls. And it is so unfortunate that they weren't.
You and everyone in the city of Chicago. Everybody in the city of Chicago feels the exact same. really trying to figure out. Same thing, Toronto. What happened
They
there?
just signed Will Barton. That's such a weird signing.
What do you want? What do you want from them?
I
They're
I
trying.
didn't expect Will Barton to go to them. I was expecting like Lakers or back to Denver maybe if he can.
What do you want from them?
Or-
They're trying.
What I want from them, I wanted them to trade OG. If I'm
I
being
know.
honest,
I know you did.
the route, they're a good team. Like them getting Jakob, it solves what they were missing.
They're
A
trying.
true center.
Yeah.
And that game last night against the Bulls, everyone on their team was rebounding.
Yeah.
Everyone. What the hell was? And I started watching it like the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Their defense and just how fast the Raptors were playing against the Bulls.
Yep.
Scotty was everywhere. I think he got like 2 blocks in that fourth quarter or something, 3 blocks. He was everywhere on defense.
He's nice.
And the fact that they can have the length that they do to play defense, and then when they need to slow it down, put Jakob in the middle.
Right.
That's nice defensively, but they got to figure out their offense. Like Pascal is probably their number one scorer, as he should be. You know, like he gets his buckets, but he likes to take a step back at times. And then Fred, like you said, he'll come up, but then there are times where Fred just needs to stop shooting. And then Gary Trent, he's cool. Scotty's cool. OG's cool, but they don't like. No one strikes fear offensively in anyone's heart, I feel, on that team.
That's how I feel about the Grizzlies on the flip. You got one player, and then kind of everyone's like, okay, we ain't worried.
If you can shut down that one player, where else is it coming from?
Yeah, that's kind of, a lot of teams are like that. And that's really what's going to come down to in the playoffs. And that's why when the Mavericks in a 7-game series, like, you got a tough time trying to shut both of them down.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, one of them is probably going to eat. And if you do manage to stop both of them, they got some decent, shooters at least that can knock down some shots.
He's just waiting, bro.
Yeah, I've seen it with the Celtics playoffs. Grant Williams, random 20-point game. Al Horford, random 20-point game. Yes. It happens. You seen Terrence Mann come out the cut, give you guys a quick 30 piece. Like it kind of comes down to those extra random players to really make a difference, and that's what the playoffs is all gonna be about.
Yeah, I'm so excited. The
We're
playoffs.
We got to get to the play-in first. I get to the play-in first.
I honestly do think the offseason is probably my favorite time of any sports year because it's like who's going to go where, who's getting traded, who's staying, who's not going to be picked up because they don't believe in them anymore, Like offseason's so fun, but the playoffs, it is so hard to top the playoffs. Every team wants it, and they fight. They fight so hard.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Hope the Sixers can do it, man. I really do. I'm so tired of believing in them. They're not even my team.
Yeah,
bro.
they're not. I know. They're your second. There's been like your secondary team for a while now.
I blame Jim. He's been a 76ers fan, so I felt like ever since they were terrible, they have been everywhere. And you just want them to win something. They have been terrible. And the Clippers have been terrible but at least we made the playoffs, right? At least we had our hopes high and they got crushed. The Sixers, their expectations, they were low for so long, and now they're there. And it's like, just do it. And they can't get past the second round, man.
They can't get past themselves.
This is a great 76er team, though.
It is.
This feels is.
As long as it's healthy.
I don't want to say Embiid's last chance with the Sixers to win a ring.
As long as they're healthy.
But, it's so tough with the Sixers. They're good.
It is. Embiid, Maxey, everyone else, Harden. Yep.
Harden might leave.
Tobias.
I love Tobias. Yeah. I'm so sad we traded him. And
they got a team. They absolutely.
Man, that team was so good, bro.
Hey, you guys, it happens, bro. It happens. Ascending teams, making moves. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes, it doesn't. In Brooklyn's case, it did not work out at all.
It never works.
In the Clippers' case, it's like a maybe. We're it's not over yet for the Clippers. You know what I mean? It's all how it and the Suns right now. We can't fully say that it hasn't worked out yet. But hopefully they don't end up like Brooklyn. It's usually
But and
when
then
anybody
you're hoping your Celtics can finally y'all made it and
we made it.
progressed every year, and y'all feel like it's finally there. But you got a juggernaut in Giannis waiting. The 76ers is going to be
that
tough.
is the only team that I fear.
The Bucks, yeah,
That's it.
It's probably the only team I would truly fear too.
That's it. Other than that, we've had the 76ers beat every year in the playoffs. We don't fear the 76ers.
Yeah.
Miami isn't as good as it was a few years ago. I'm not too worried about Miami.
They've been playing really, really well.
I'm not too worried about the Knicks. I think we can handle the Knicks in like literally 4, to be honest. I think we'll
Julius
just
dropping buckets on y'all, man.
He can.
Jalen
It don't
giving
mean
buckets.
they're gonna go anywhere.
RG Barrett's about
He ain't dropping no buckets on my man Marcus Smart. There's just no way.
And Quentin Garner's. Never sleep on Quentin Garner.
No. The only team I fear is Giannis and the Bucks, and it's because they can just run. It's depth and they play hard.
A non-fully healthy team is terrifying.
They're one of the almost the best team in the league win percentage wise, and they've missed Giannis. Middleton's missed the majority of the season. Holiday missed time.
Portis has missed so much time.
Yeah, they've been killing everyone on a 15 game win streak right now, coasting, and Giannis ain't even as this healthy. Yeah, bro. I fear that team. The Bucks I absolutely fear, and I said it, and I'm not afraid to say it. We got to the finals because Middleton wasn't playing. That's why we got the best
win percentage.
They were just on a 15 game win streak. Like they're still winning. If it wasn't for Chris Middleton being injured last season in the playoffs, it's probably Bucks Warriors.
Probably.
It's probably Bucks Warriors. I have no shame in saying that. I have no shame in saying that, and Giannis probably wins that series.
You think so? He probably does try to take over.
Yeah. I think Giannis would have dominated that series.
Good series, though. It's unfortunate how far the Warriors have come.
Yeah, we didn't make it. I mean, we made it because Middleton. Like they're this good of a team without all of their players fully healthy all the time. So I fear the Bucks over everyone else in the East.
Middleton or Drew? I said Middleton was their second best player, but I think Drew has a case. He has a case, yeah.
The championship run, it was Middleton. This season, it's been Drew. Okay. When it comes into the playoffs, we'll have to wait and see. But Bobby Portis, Brook Lopez blocking 203 fucking shots and getting fucking 200 threes. Like it's just insane. And you got guys like Grayson Allen, Pat Connaughton ends up joining in. Grab Jay Crowder. It's insane. I fear them over anyone else. I think we could take Harden and Embiid, Horford, Grant and Robert Williams. We have bodies to throw at them.
Yeah. Who do y'all play?
Bucks on the flip side.
Oh, y'all play Miami in the first round. If it was staying like this,
that would definitely be. That's like a 6-game series. But
so y'all can play either Miami, Atlanta, Toronto, or Washington. Now, I say potentially the Bulls because their record.
We beat all those
right there. Yeah,
we beat all those teams. It's just the Bucks. It's just the Bucks, and really, it is Giannis, but it's the ability to have other guys. And B can't. They're a little concerning, but size, yes. Experience is what's going to be the key.
True. You don't think Donovan Mitchell ain't like, hey, bro, I've been here multiple times, bro. I know I've been playing in the West.
Question.
Yeah, see, look at that.
But I mean, it's kind of what is Evan Mobley's and the Jared Allens and Darius Garland are.
Jared was a part of that Nets team, right? When they made the 8 seed. In the D'Lo team.
I don't remember. I actually don't remember if he was part of that D'Lo team that won in that was in the bubble. Was that the bubble? I don't know. Wasn't that the bubble team? Wasn't that when they made it to the playoffs in the bubble? And they still had a
playoff.
Kyrie? No, I don't remember.
I don't remember either. You're not scared of Brooklyn. They just got fucking dog walked by the Bulls.
Cleveland is more so. Their length is scary, but we're able to combat their scoring from Mitchell and Garland with our defense, and I think our bench is a little bit better than the Cleveland bench. It's going to end up coming down to those. Always comes down to players 6, 7, and 8 in the playoffs. Those last sort of end of the rotation guys. I think ours are just better than most teams.
I mean, when you got Malcolm Brogdon coming off your bench,
Brogdon, Derek
that's
White,
pretty nice.
and then you got Grant. Pretty decent. And then from there, we have to figure some things out, like situationally, Muscala, Blake Griffin, like sort of those guys playing. You looking over there intently.
Yeah, I'm trying
to
figure out this Nets team, man. I'm just trying to make sure I got the right year,
I can't remember.
I didn't remember them being the 6th seed. I thought they were like they sneaked in type shit.
I don't know.
But I do agree. If the Bucks aren't, like fully healthy,
yeah,
they are still probably the favorite coming out of the East.
Probably.
No hate on your Celtics.
If we don't have Robert, we definitely don't.
Great.
We need Robert Williams if we're gonna make it.
Oh, for
absolutely
sure.
Need him. There's no way we make it out of the East without him.
True.
We probably can't beat and beat in the Sixers without Robert Williams. I can probably say that. We're gonna need Robert Williams to be honest.
Embiid giving buckets.
He was just cooking us up. We got blessed. We beat him the other night. He ended up hitting that fucking 74-foot.
Yeah.
Like JT had to hit that shit at the end. Like that was close. It was close. Like, yes, if we don't have Robert Williams, we're in big trouble. We're in big trouble.
I agree. He is the anchor. The anchor for that defense.
Absolutely. We need him.
Well, we'll just do it now. And we'll have another one. Who's your finals right now? We haven't seen every team that made moves play together yet. We've seen a few.
You know what? I'm doing it because you know what? I did it a few. I did it a few months ago. And I'm doing it again. Clippers, Boston. I'm putting us both in there.
That's not bad. That'd be a great matchup. I'm gonna put the belief though.
It's gonna be Suns Bucks again.
That's what I was about to say, but I was gonna say Suns Sixers.
Okay. I can very much see Phoenix versus Milwaukee again.
And they're not my team. I can't. My belief is still with the Clippers. It's just they've broken my heart.
I would like Clippers, Celtics just for us. I think it would be great. But deep down in my stomach, Bucks, Phoenix almost feels like a rematch that's going to happen, especially with Giannis's recent comments about joining a super team and all that.
Yeah,
the storyline would continue to juice it up. Jay Crowder now on the flip side of things in Milwaukee. Hey, maybe that's just
let's go Suns.
That feels like bro. I'm picking Milwaukee. I'm sorry,
but let's go Suns.
I'm sorry, but that's going to do it for us here on this fine Wednesday. Make sure to tune in next week, covering up the Combine, Pro Days, all the NFL business, rolling the ball down court, NBA playoff getting ready to tip off shortly. And, of course, be here Friday, AEW Revolution preview show, Iron Man match, tag matches, triple threat women's match, fatal four-way tag match. Final team gets decided tonight, I believe. And then, of course, it all gets kicked off with the Face of the Revolution ladder match.
Eddie Kingston's pissed.
It's going to be awesome.
Sorry.
It's going to be awesome. Mom, let the folks
comment, share, subscribe. Notice on. Have a great day.
Yes, sir.